All right, welcome back to the channel. So it appears, and these things keep going backwards and back and forth, right? That Manny Pacquiao is still seriously in conversations to have a fight with Mikey Garcia. And Mikey Garcia seems to be the favorite for that matchup. Let's talk about what that means about Manny Pacquiao and him flat out ducking Errol Spence Jr. Let's do that in this video. And y'all ain't gonna like it, certain people, but it is what it is. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. All right, had a great weekend, took a weekend off from making videos, but I'm back back this morning. So thank you guys for tuning in again. And also, before I get in, I want to thank everybody who is a subscriber. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And also, I want to thank you very much for watching the video. I want to thank everybody that is a member of the Patreon, everybody that is a member in the community, a member of the channel, and people that support on the live streams that we do Monday through Friday. Let's get into Manny Pacquiao and Mikey Garcia and Errol Spence Jr. Look, man, Manny ducking that boy, okay? There ain't no way around it, man. Manny Pacquiao's ducked Errol Spence Jr. And if this fight is made, it proves it. By way of background, in case anybody isn't familiar with the things that happened before this moment. First, Manny Pacquiao is the WBA welterweight champion of the world. Errol Spence Jr. is the IBF and WBC champion of the world. There's only one other champion in the welterweight division, and that is Terrence Crawford, who fights for Top Rank. There was a fight between Errol Spence Jr. and Mikey Garcia. In that fight, Errol Spence beat Mikey Garcia, and Manny Pacquiao was sitting right next to ringside. After the fight was over, Manny Pacquiao got into the ring with Errol Spence. And Errol Spence said to him, he tried to get out the ring. Errol Spence said, "Hey, stop." I think he actually reached out and put his hand on his elbow or on his arm and like held him for a second, like, hey, don't go anywhere. When he did that, Manny Pacquiao stopped. Errol Spence said, "Hey, what about me and you in a fight? We got to make this fight." Like, hey, man, this is, but this was, by the way, before Manny Pacquiao had the WBA title. He had just fought, I think, Adrian Bronner. So with those two guys in the ring and the guy with the IBF belt, right? This is before he had the WBC as well. When he had the IBF belt, he had the opportunity to fight Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao left the ring, and before he left the ring, he said, "Yeah, why not?" Right? When he said, "Yeah, why not?" I was like, "Yeah, I know why not." I know why not, because nah, dog. Adrian Bronner is one thing, Errol Spence Jr. is another, right? So but that was a fight with Mikey Garcia. Now I asked myself, why was it that Manny Pacquiao was there if Manny Pacquiao didn't want to fight the winner, right? That's what usually Manny Pacquiao is, big time welterweight in the same division. He's not from the same country. He's from the Philippines. So why would he be all the way? I think that was actually in Dallas. Why would he go to Errol Spence Jr.'s hometown, sit ringside, watching a championship fight in the division that he's in, not without an expectation that he would fight the winner, right? After the fight is over, Manny Pacquiao fights Keith Thurman, who had come off of a 2-year layoff, looked bad against Josesito Lopez. So looked like a softer touch, they made the Manny Pacquiao-Keith Thurman fight. Now, honestly, too, Keith Thurman had been waiting in line a long time to try to get a fight with either Manny Pacquiao or Floyd Mayweather Jr. So, I mean, I am not really too upset because Keith Thurman got a shot that he wanted to get. But, hey, it's obvious that Manny Pacquiao took the winker late. So, now we are in a situation where Mikey Garcia is in a negotiation with Manny Pacquiao for a title fight. So I guess that leads me to believe that when Manny Pacquiao was sitting in that fight with Errol Spence Jr. and Mikey Garcia, that he was there to fight Mikey Garcia if Mikey Garcia had won the fight. But since Mikey Garcia didn't win the fight, he got beat. And he got beat easily, outboxed and dominated the whole nine. Wasn't a close fight. It was like, rinse and repeat every round. It was a good fight, but it was just a fight in which Errol Spence Jr. just outboxed him, made it easy work on him, got out of there, and it looked like two entirely different levels of fighters. Mikey Garcia was at the time and might still be on some people, a top 10, a lot of people had him as a top 5, top 6 pound for pound fighter. And then he just he didn't look like a rank amateur against Errol Spence, but if you remember the fight, that fight wasn't close. So Manny Pacquiao's now is in conversation, seriously considering fighting Mikey Garcia. That, my friends, there ain't no way around that. No way around it. That is a duck. You know what I mean? Duck. That's what it is. There ain't no other way around it now that stuff has come into fruition. Now, the interesting thing about that fight, though, is I don't believe that it is necessarily a cherry pick for Manny Pacquiao. I just think that it is you could call it a smart business decision. Because if he fights Errol Spence Jr., he's going to lose, and he very well could lose in horrendous fashion. That could be just a situation where, he just winds up that, he thought that he was that he had the fountain of youth, but he didn't. Now, I think that because I see how Errol Spence Jr. fights, but also because of the fight between Manny Pacquiao and Keith Thurman. Manny Pacquiao got a good amount of work in that fight. And a lot of people act as if it was just some one-sided beatdown. It was not. It was a competitive fight. It was a competitive fight that I believe that Manny Pacquiao won. But I don't believe that same Manny Pacquiao fighting that fight with Keith Thurman is going to do anything but get beat up by Errol Spence Jr. So fighting the Mikey Garcia fight makes sense. These guys are close to the same size. They both came up from smaller weight classes, which quite honestly is something that, Floyd Mayweather Jr. did a lot. Manny Pacquiao was done, a good bit, which is, you're fighting guys at welterweight, but they're not really welterweights, right? Like Robert the Ghost Guerrero or a Juan Manuel Marquez or, guys like that, Victor Ortiz, who, these guys all started at 135 or 140. I just think that Manny Pacquiao against a guy that started a little bit above 147 in the 154 pound division, then had a couple fights there to acclimate himself to the professional boxing. And then when he stepped up, he cut a couple pounds and fought for the welterweight title. I just don't think that he's there for that. I think so. At the end of it, I think it's a smart move for Manny Pacquiao. Personally, I don't see Manny Pacquiao fighting. I don't see him fighting Errol Spence Jr. I definitely don't see him fighting Terrence Crawford. And quiet as kept, he needs to be very, very careful with this fight with Mikey Garcia. Because Mikey Garcia ain't no joke, man. And if you're talking about a guy that, does, unlike Errol Spence, doesn't have a tremendous reach advantage over Mikey Garcia. And Mikey Garcia has a set way that he knows he wants to fight Manny Pacquiao. That thing could go, that could go to hell in a handbag real quick. You know what I mean? But anyway, I just wanted to make it very clear that the duck is complete on the part of Manny Pacquiao. I don't want to hear anybody say that he didn't duck out. And when that fight doesn't happen, go ahead and put that down as a fight that Manny Pacquiao refused to have. And he was probably smart to do it because he was going to get beat and not just lose the fight, not in the usual, other than Manny, not in the Tim Bradley, Jeff Horn type of way, and probably not even in a Juan Manuel Marquez 4 type of way. Could very well be like a Errol Spence Jr., Chris Algieri type of way. But that's just how I see it. You let me know how you see it. Let me know in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.